attention. So still this is under module 3. So I'm going to deal with just the packet tracer. We do some configurations. So still the configuration is going to be, or the setup, it's got what I shared with you last time. I need 2 switches, and then for each VLAN I'll just give it 2 computers, and then the cable links. Now here you need to pay attention, since we are going to distribute the VLANs. By the way, let me just first wait to assign the ports. So this is, I'll access this switch of mine here and then try to create the VLANs. And the VLAN, there will be just 2. I'll use 2. So go to global configuration mode, then VLAN. So VLAN, there will be 2, VLAN 10, and then name. Name, I'll use IT, and then use this, change the VLAN ID to 20, and then name, I'll use HR. So my 2 VLANs are created on that. Then after that, I will exit and then try to assign, distribute. Now, in VLAN 20, how many ports do I need there? It's not a must that you have to divide the number of ports into equal number. 12 this side. No, you can decide. Maybe 5 here, maybe 15 the other side. So I will use the range, interface range, maybe port from first, because last time I remember showing you to skip in case you want to use a range and then you skip. Maybe port 5, you skip port 10, you skip all that. Then I'll use from 5 maybe to 10, like that. Then switch port mode. This is the complete command. It's switch port, then mode, access. Because the reason why we're doing this, by default, the port mode, the dynamic mode. So they won't actually accept to be assigned to a specific VLAN when they are still in trunk mode. Meaning that the access mode, those ports, they have to connect to specific device, a single device. Okay? But the dynamic and then the trunk, those ones, they accept traffic from different VLANs. Okay? So switch access mode, that is it, and then switch port, then access, then VLAN. Access, there is access, and then VLAN 10. So now that I have the commands here, I don't need to waste time. I will just go back and edit this. Interface range, from, I will use from 11 to 15, 11 then to 15. Switch port mode, access, then switch access VLAN 20. See that? I'm done. Right? How many minutes have I used? Just a few minutes, maybe 2, blah, blah. And because just doing the demonstration, the explaining, meaning that if you are alone there, you can do this in less than 1 minute. Okay, so there we're done. I'm going to exit, and then again exit. In this mode, I can try to verify the VLANs. Show VLAN brief to verify the configured VLANs and then the ports assigned to each VLAN. So look at this. Okay, So now that I'm done there, and I know the ports, that from port 5 to 10, those ones they belong to VLAN 10. Okay, so I'll just come here, pick my cable, and then do the connections. So I'm predicting, I know that port 5 it belongs to, so this computer here, it belongs to VLAN 10. Even this, maybe the next, or I can even skip, go to 10. So you see that? And then here, it's from 11 to 15. I can even skip and then start from 13, as long as I know the range. Give it 14. Oh, there. See that? Okay, we're done here. You can even go ahead, because I remember giving you the packet tracer recording on how to interact, explore your packet tracer. So you can actually physically drop this by selecting this option, draw a rectangle. Once you click on it, you can pick any shape that you want, and even the colors. But I'm not going to use the color, because if you use a wrong color, it's going to hide your devices. You can select fill color, you can select outline color. Now, if you want the color here, maybe which color? Let me use this. Okay, click OK, and then you can close this, and then you see this. This is my VLAN pane. You can go back and select another color. Which one? Which one that is okay? Oh, let me use this. But before that, maintain this. You maintain this, because I still have this, another VLAN here, it will be this, so that they are the same. Okay, so I did this aside. So I can go back and change this maybe to this color, click OK, and then where is it? Okay, I will need this. Okay, so it is here. I need this straight to even this. So automatically you can tell that this color, it belongs to this. Uh, okay, so still now when it comes to this side, when it comes to this switch here, it's not a master that you have to follow the distribution of this exact distribution of ports as on switch 1. Because we used 5 to 10, 0 and 10. But here you can use different. Because this is another switch, it's different switch. But what you need to maintain, the VLANs. Now here, don't create VLAN 40, and then you're like, I'm expanding. This is VLAN 40, and then this is 30. There is no expansion there. Okay? So here, I will do the same by accessing the switch first. Then enable, configure VLAN, then here VLAN, since we are duplicating VLAN 10, name, what's the name? IT, then manipulate this, VLAN 20, then HR, you're done, exit, then call the interface, please. That is what you're going to be doing by putting a command hanging. you should not actually let a command hang. Now if you put switch port mode, it won't even accept. It won't accept, and then you start complaining. It's the same command. Why is it that it's not working? You're using it in a wrong mode. Okay? So here you first call the interface. Because we are assigning them. How can I come in class and say, please, homework, blah, blah, this. I'll just, class, please, there's this. Oh, so and so, you do this. Now this one here. So on this, now we are going to distribute the ports, call the interfaces. We need a range. Range from, now which range should we use? I can actually start from, I can start from 16, F0, then 16, up to what? Up to 19. Up to 19. Then switch port, mod, access. Then switch port, access, then VLAN. VLAN 10. So you see now that the range, it's different from the other one. There is no problem. And then I'm going to manipulate the commands that I have here. So it will be from 20, then up to 24. Switch port, mod access, switch port, access VLAN 20. We are done. So you can even go ahead and verify. Show VLAN brief. Good. You see, the ports are checked. So we are done here too. All we need to do is just to pick the cables and then do the connections. So for VLAN 10 here, it's from 16, then to, I can even use 19. Then this, it's from 20, and even use 23. See that? Okay. So here we can actually use any cable. Now that we have what we call auto MDIX, you can either use straight through or crossover. But you need to be careful. To be on the safe side, use those stated cables. Go back and look for crossover between the device. So whichever port that we are going to use here, because I want to link the two, this, I want to link this switch and then this. So whichever port that you're going to use, mark it. Okay? It's port what? Even if it's already assigned to one of the VLAN. All you need is to go back and trunk that port. The moment you trunk it, it disappears. It will be removed from the list wherever it is, and then it disappears. It won't disappear, or you won't, it does not mean that maybe you have deleted it, but it will be there, not listed in the list. Because the list, it indicates that this port, it belongs to this VLAN. And if it belongs to that VLAN, then it means that it serves that VLAN. That's the reason why it has to be removed from the list. So I'll use any in the other range, because now this range it's not assigned anywhere. I'll just use 4 and then 4 this side to have a uniform. And then after that, I'll just start by, there is switch 1, still with this, and make sure I trunk it. So it's, let me try to make it clear. So I'll make sure that it's interface, then F0, 4, then switch port, mod, trunk, say that, mod, trunk, and that is it. as it. Then still you can open how it was this, and then you open this, which is switch 0. You do the same. Enable, then configure terminal interface F0/4. Then switch port mode trunk. We are done with that. That is how you trunk the link. So in case, let's say you have more than this, you have another switch the other side, you can do the same. You call the interface for the other switch, or the one that points to the other switch. So here we're done. What next? What next? We can actually go ahead and label this and say, if you want to label, you use a note, which is this, press a note. So it put it here and say this is VLAN 10. Then the name is IT. The name is IT, and you can give it an address like 192.168.10.0/24. You can actually go ahead here and put the range of the ports. So the ports, we have first 0, first Ethernet, then 0/5 to 10, isn't it? 5 to 10. So to save time, I'm going to keep changing that. I'll come here, do the same. Now this one is 20. Is HR. Then the port here is 11 to 15. To 15. Then the address, I'm changing this to 20. Okay. So for this other, I will just mention this here. So this is port what? It's 20, isn't it? 20 to 24. 24. This one here it is 10, and it's IT. Port 16, 19. So this, whatever that we are doing here, we're trying to make your work look neat, and you will actually use this. If maybe you started with the labeling, but ideally you need to start with the configuration. So by the time you start doing the connections, you know where to connect it. Okay? And then even this one here, it's a clear label physically that, oh, my ports, this code is connected to this port, this is who is this, the VLAN is this. So it will even help you in troubleshooting when you're looking for the problem, in case, let's say, you encounter problems at the end, at the time when you're testing your network. In what scenarios do we need to do the expansion? It's not that when you want to add more computers, you get it? But remember, in our slides, there is a figure indicating the design of a network within a huge or big building, like this one here. We have first floor, second floor, first floor, whatever. So it's not a matter that you have to, the students, they have to be on the first floor. You get it? So we can have students on actually all over the floors, starting from floor 1 up to the 6th floor. together. So each floor, it has to have the VLAN for that special group, for that group. First floor, second floor, up to 6, that we have VLAN for students. The same here. It's not that you are out of the pots, but you're trying to have at least to cater for each group in every corner. Let me just give you an example. When it comes to the real network, the operation network, these switches, they will be piled together, like this. See now what we have in one location, and then when it comes to this, there are two switches, and you find that, okay, now this one here is maybe first floor. We have two VLANs, see? VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Second floor, still the same. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Or you can actually, since this is VLAN 10, you can move this VLAN. You see this? That they are connected on different switches, but physically, the same place. See that? But this one here, I won't go all this far, or I want to design it that way. Because if it's designed that way, all of you going to be down. You won't pick anything. Okay? But that is the real, in real life, in real example, that is how it's supposed to be. That all the devices, they will be in corner. In the other lab, you saw the rack in a corner, piled with switches. When it comes to this side, there is another rack piled with switches that are distributing, are connecting all these computers. Okay, so lastly, assigning the IP addresses. And this one here, it's also going to be part of your assignment. Now, this is the work that I've done. If you want copy, because you have a copy in recording, so you're going to set this here up. We have the addresses, they are here. You make sure, you see these two computers, the IP address, they have to be generated from this. Maybe .1, .2. Okay? Now, when it comes to these other three, do the continuation. Okay? It will be .3, .4, because they belong to the same VLAN or the same group. Okay? Yes, please. At the end, let me see if I can. Okay, I think I can have. So this is what you're supposed to. This is what you're supposed to do. That here you'll use this a continuation. This you give it a 1. This is you give it. Not seeing my. Where did it? This so this you can give it a 2 from this network here. Then you go to this. This still you give it a 1 here. You give it a 2, but from this network address. When it comes to this, you give it a 3. Then this is a 4, but from this. Then when it comes to this, it will be a 3, and then a 4, but from this network address. Period. Done.